normally I would say, all right, dress up your scene, add some lights, add some background elements, and well, dress up your scene so that it looks good. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to tell you about cameras. Cameras actually tell a story. You always have a frame, and you, as a director, decide what goes into the frame and is being left out of the frame. So let's just say this animation that we made previously, there's the ball hitting, and it falls over. Now, I might want to focus because some of these movements are big, other movements are small. So I might consider using different shots. For instance, for the big animation, I might start with an overview like this. I'll just put the ball out of frame, and let's say this is a good spot. I'll make there. I'll just make a camera here, and let's call them SH1 for shot 1. And this camera is just going to sit here. So let's right click on it, and let's see the tags. Oh my God, I have to look for these tags now. I want to have a protection tag here, right here. It's under rigging tags, protection tag. But I'm not really looking through this camera right now because I'm looking through the default camera, which is the editor camera. So if I want to look through this camera, I have to click on this little thingy here, which turns white with a little cross in it. And now I'm looking through this camera. If I want to move this camera, I can't. Why? Because I've protected it. It's a good thing to do because if your camera is not moving and you don't want your camera to move, you better protect it. So I'm just moving out of this camera. I'm going back to the default camera, the editor camera. And let's see where we need another camera. Right here, maybe, at frame number 18. Maybe we should zoom in a little bit. Maybe turn it around, maybe more from the side. And let's zoom in on this. Something like this. Now, the thing that you should not do is move the camera across the axis. Right now, the ball came in from the right. In my previous camera position, the ball came in from the right. If the ball suddenly comes in from the left, it will look really odd, like all of a sudden my ball is changing direction and the cube is hit from the back. So beware, don't cross the viewing axis. Things should always be relatively in the same position. So if the ball is on the left in the first shot, it should be in the left in the second shot, unless you go straight onto the axis, which is right here. Then it doesn't matter because you're on the axis. The next shot you can even move to the other side. That doesn't matter then. But just keep in mind, stay on your side of the axis. Let's say that this is a good position. A little bit over the top, maybe like here. This is fine. All right, so I'll just make another camera and call it shot number 2. Hang on, SH2. And just copy over the protection tag because it doesn't matter, so just use the control key. So now we have 2 shots. And maybe in the third shot, we can move out and put the camera here and see maybe a little bit over even. All right, and see the cube fall backwards with the jiggle on it. Right, it's a good shot. So let's make this shot number 3. Predict it again. Right, we got 3 shots. Now with each camera, you will only render a section of all the frames. So you can basically say, oh, well, just do all the cameras and render from 0 to 50, but you have to remember, change the save name. Now I usually have something here sitting here that saves it as an MP4, so ask for an MP4, and usually it has a default path here, so I'm picking this one. It's in the path where I want it, and test 1. If you don't change it for every single camera position, your animation will be overwritten every single time, so you end up with one single shot. So the way to do it is save every single time. Once you pick a camera, you make a mental note, okay, this is shot 2, so I'm just going to go over here and say shot 2. Check this. So right now it's at current frame. It renders from 0 to 50. And I'll save it. And maybe save it as shot 2. So later on, I can make a render list and just render all these shots, and I have all this extra animation. And then I can start playing around with the editing. That's the way to do it.